You bought a car with no title. Why? Because he said he couldn't get the title of my name for me. A mechanic-client relationship in need of repair? He never fixed and he has a title. So what can I do with a car with no title? But her story's running on fumes. I have text messages telling I'm on my way to get the car. I have the money and everything. He's avoided me for months. Did you do any work on the car? Yes, ma'am. Oh, you did. Glad you kept on talking. Judge Judy. You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Judith Scheindlin. This is Judge Judy. Jamaica Miller is suing her former friend, DeAndre Walton, for the value of a car and the return of money. She paid him to fix it. Order. All rise. Yes. Case number 142 on the calendar. The matter of Miller versus Walton. Thank you. You're welcome. Judge. Party's been sworn in. You may be seated. Miss Miller. It is your claim that Mr. Walton owes you some money for a car that he was supposed to fix. The case is a little bit fuzzy, so I'm going to try to recreate in my own mind what you're complaining about. Mr. Walton has a silly counterclaim that I'm going to deal with in due course. You have a son. Yes. Teenage son. Yes. How old? Lebanese. Some time ago. You bought him a car. Yes. That was not running. Yes. So, how long ago did you buy him this non-running automobile? On what date? I want to say around October the 17th. Who did you buy the car from? A girl off of Facebook named Kiara. What year car? A minus 199. 1999, what? Oldsmobile Integra. And it was listed as a non-running car. Yes. So, if you paid more than a couple of $100s for this, you'd be crazy, right? Right. How much did you pay her for it? I paid her $500 for it. Okay. So you gave her $500. She gave you the car. And you towed the car? Well, I didn't actually tow the car. I have a guy who towed it for me. Okay. And that was in October. No. It was 11/18, 2015. November 18th. Yes, ma'am. Does that sound familiar? Not October. November. Yes. So your son's birthday had passed? Yes. By the time he towed it? Yes. Where were you living in October and November of 2015? In what city and state? St. Peters, Missouri. And when did you move from St. Peters, Missouri? February 28th of 2016. And where did you move to? Houston, Texas. Did your son move with you? Yes. So that you left in February without the car? Yes. Now at some point, Mr. Walton says he got fed up with storing this car that he got running. And he drove the car. Did you drive it or tow it? We towed the car. To her father's house at the E. Now, why did you tow the car? Because it had no place on it. It had no legal way that I could drive the car, so she never registered the car. No, ma'am. Is that correct? Yes, it's correct. Why? DeAndre had my title. Why? Because when I first bought the car from Kiara, the car lot that she bought the car from was out of business, so she didn't have any paperwork besides that title. And when we went to the DMV, they said she needed paperwork, like a bill of sale or something. I don't know. But I explained to DeAndre what was going on. I was telling him I may just give her the car back because it seemed like it's going to be hard to title. So now you had a car with no title. I have a title. I just don't have the... How did you get a title? She had the title, but not the paperwork that I guess the car dealer give you. I don't know. Like a bill of sale or something. I'm not sure. Where's the title now? I gave it to DeAndre. Why is my question... Because he said he can get the title in my name for me. Is that right? Yes. Ma'am, but it wasn't going to be in her name. It would have been in my shop name, which the title would have came back in my shop name. Because what I did was I actually did a McKinney lien and put a McKinney lien on the title to get a clean title to the car. The car wasn't registered to a Kiara. It was registered to Richard. I knew this case was fuzzy. I just knew the case was, he was the last owner of the vehicle who registered the car. So the person she gave $500 to was not the title holder of the car. Yes, ma'am. Do you now have the title to the car? Yes, ma'am. With a mechanic's lien? Yes, ma'am. It's actually in my shop name, and it's parked in front of her grandfather's house. No, it's parked in the backyard of her father's house. How much money? Mr. Walton, did Miss Miller give you to fix the car? Altogether, she never paid me any money. She gave me $40 for the part that she needed to put the belt back on the car. Other than the $40 she gave you, did she give you any other money? The money to do the McKinney lien on the car? What do you mean the money to do the mechanic's lien? It cost to do a McKinney lien on the vehicle. So she paid me the amount of money that I needed to do the McKinney lien for the car. I gave her $150 for the title of the car. So other than the $40 and $150 for the mechanic's lien, you got no money from Miss Miller. No, ma'am. You have any proof that you gave him any money? Miss Miller, do you have any proof that you gave him? Did I give him the $190 altogether? I don't care about the 190. Oh, no. I didn't pay after the car was dropped off. No. Well, I only pay him the 190. The $150 for the title and the $40 for the part for the car. DeAndre never fixed the car, so it's at your father's house. Bring it to somebody else. He never fixed and he has a title. So what can I do with a car with no title? You had a car with no title. You bought a car with no title. I had a title to the car. No, you didn't buy the car from anybody who had the right to sell it to you. The title was in somebody else's name. Not Keandra. The title was signed over to Keandre. Listen, you want the car? Call your father and go get it. Do you get along with your father? Yes, I get along with my father. But he dropped off the car. There's nothing I can do with a car with no title. Just a second. Your mechanic's lien is for how much money? You mean, what do you mean? I mean, well, a mechanic's lien indicates that you've done work on the car, and she did not pay you for the car, and therefore you put a mechanic's lien on the car. Unless this was some sort of a scam between the two of you to get a clean title. No, it wasn't a scam between neither one of us. Well, then why would you put a mechanic's lien on it before you do any work on it? Because that's the only way I'll be able to apply and get a title for the car. That's what I said. Just a second. That's a scam. That's a scam. If the only way that you could get a clean title for the car is to put a mechanic's lien on the car, and you were doing her a favor to put a mechanic's lien on the car. But he never said he was putting a mechanic lien. He said that he was piling it. Do you understand? Yes, ma'am. So the car is in your name? Yes, ma'am. Well, do you have the title? I have it, but I don't have it with me. Well, you have to turn that over to her. He don't have the title. I've been trying to get the title for months from him. Just a second. It took 2 months for the title to come back clean because it was an Illinois title, not a Missouri title. But it had come back as a clean title for under my business name. Fine. You have to get the title and give it to me. But I have him saying that he had the title and he wouldn't give it to me. Listen, he's not giving you $1. He didn't fix my car. Understand something. He's not giving you $1. Well, he could give me the title and the car back. That's fine. 2. Listen to me, Ms. Miller. He's not bringing the car to Houston. The car is in your father's backyard. I'm directing that he turn the title over to you. He did no other work on the car, but he doesn't have the title. Missy, Judy, I do have the title. Miss Judy, why didn't he give me the title then? Because I had the money. I have text messages telling me I'm on my way to get the car. I have the money and everything. He's avoided me for months. Did you do any work on the car? Yes, ma'am. Oh, you did. Yes, ma'am. How much work did you put? I'm glad you kept on talking. Yes, ma'am. How much work did you put in? I put the new pulley that she paid for on the car. We put the belt on the car. The alternator seats, it was screws that were missing. That's why the belt kept popping off along with the pulley being broke. You told her how much it was. Yes, ma'am. Just a second. Now we're getting to it. So how much did you tell her it was to fix the car? I told her I was going to charge her $200 to fix the car. When did you tell him you were on your way over with the money? I've told him 2 different times. I told him once on the 11th. January 11th, 2006. He gave me the runaround. So I texted him a couple more times. Then I told him again on February the 17th. It's when I showed up at his shop, his mom house and everything. Just a second. With how much money? With 101 XE, which is what he told me I owe. And I have that. Well, you paid him 190. He said my remaining balance is 120 and I had that. So that the mechanic's lien on the car should be for $120. Is that right? No, ma'am. The original agreement was for me doing the mechanic lien was $150 just for the mechanic lien. It had nothing to do with... Just a minute. I'm not getting involved with the mechanic's lien. The mechanic's lien was a scam. Judge Judy continues in a moment. The mechanic's lien was a scam to get a clean title. He didn't say he was going to, because otherwise you don't put a mechanic's lien on the car. This was an agreement between the two of you because she couldn't register the car for some bizarre reason. I don't even want to know why. And later today, when did you sell the car to Ms. Edwards? In the middle of February. Why? Because I was almost done. I had caught Justin. If you tell the truth, you don't have to fumble around and you won't look ridiculous. Real cases. Real people. Judge Judy. Jamaica Miller says, former friend DeAndre Walton owes for the value of a car and the return of money she paid him to fix it. DeAndre is countersuing for storage fees and an unpaid bill. Now, mechanic's lien was a scam to get a clean title. He didn't say he was going to, because otherwise you don't put a mechanic's lien on the car. You put a mechanic's lien on the car if you've done work and the person refuses to pay you. That was not the case. This was an agreement between the two of you. Because she couldn't register the car for some bizarre reason. I don't even want to know why. The title was filled up on her back. What is what? The title was signed in multiple places on the back of the title. So there was nowhere else for her to sign to even register the car. Listen to me. I know that something isn't kosher. So that what I want you to do now is now you have a title to the car in your shop's name. A car that she purchased for $500. Yes, ma'am. Right? I don't care about the mechanic's lien. That's a scam thing that I'm not dealing with. Your cost to fix the car was $200. Yes, ma'am. Now, if you want the car back, you have to pay him $200. Do you want the car back? But why do I owe with the title signed over to you? That way you've paid $500 for the car. You've paid him for fixing the car. Ma'am, he didn't fix the car at all. The car was sitting on bricks and everything when I went by there. I don't care. So why do I have to pay him to fix the car? If you pay him the $200 that he spent towing back and forth, and he says he fixed those items, and I believe him because I don't believe you're telling me the whole story, then tell your father you're coming to get the car. Do you want to pay him the $200? He didn't fix my car. I'm not paying him. The answer is no, you don't. Is that right? Yes. I don't want to pay him for a car he didn't fix. Great. Well, now you're living not in Missouri. What about the $190 I paid him and the $40? This non-running vehicle that you paid $500 for is now in Missouri at your father's house. Maybe your father wants the car. He's going to get disgusted with the car in his bedroom. Okay, I'll pay the $200 for the title. That's fine. Fine. I just want the title. You pay. She's going to pay you $200, and you're going to sign the title over to her. Yes, ma'am. Do you understand? Yes, ma'am. I will prepare that order. She can take that order. As soon as you get the $200, she can take it to the Department of Motor Vehicles in Missouri. He's been lying about that title forever. I don't think he ever had the title. He even claimed it on insurance fraud. His mechanical thing. He said that it was his. That's my judgment. Goodbye. Why is there an excuse when they step out? I guess she's mad because Jesse was served. I did the work. All I wanted was to get paid for what I fixed on the car. We're all good. And now the next case. All parties in the matter of Edwards versus Campbell step forward. 20-year-old Shantia Edwards is suing her former friend Jay Campbell for the return of money she paid for a 2006 Chevy Impala. Bird, while I'm asking these people some questions, would you look up the value of a 2006 Chevrolet Impala? Got it. Thank you. All right. Miss Edwards, this is your story. Story is that you bought a car from the defendant, and the agreement was you would pay him $200 for it. Yes, Your Honor. And you did in fact pay $200 to him. At that time, he was the boyfriend of a cousin of yours, and what he said was, according to you, he said he had another one payment to make on the car, and after he had made that one payment, he would give you the title because then it would be a clear title without a lien on it. From the lending institution. So far, we understand each other. Yes, Your Honor. And is that what he told you? Yes, Your Honor. Okay, so you paid him $200 for this 2006 Chevy Impala. And a couple of weeks later, you walked out of your door and lo and behold, the car had been repossessed because he hadn't been making the payments. He was payments behind and he didn't have one payment to make. He had many payments to make. So the car was repossessed. You lost your $2. Kinder. Yes, Your Honor. The defendant says that was not your agreement. The defendant says your agreement was that the $2, sirs. $200 was $2. $200 as a down payment. And then you would make the remainder of the payments on the car, and after you made all the payments on the car, you would get the title. That's your defense. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Now, when did you purchase the car? Mr. Campbell, I purchased the car in October of 2015. And when did you sell the car to Missy Edwards? In the middle of February. February. So a couple of months later? Right.
Why?
Because I was almost done. I had caught, well, if you listen to me, if you tell the truth, you don't have to flump around and you won't look ridiculous. Judge Judy continues in a moment. He told me that he only had one more payment due on the car, and then, why? If he only had one more payment due on the car, would he not make that payment and sell the car for $6? 000 instead of selling it to you for $2? Nordablanden. Real cases. Real people. Judge Judy. Shantia Edwards says former friend Jay Campbell owes for the return of money she paid for her car. Okay, go ahead. We met at Subway because she needed a ride home, and then she was like, I need a car. And I was telling her, Since I'm almost done paying my car off, I want another car. And I explained to her that I had a few payments left on the car. What's a few? I told her I had 4 payments left on the car. Okay. Not 1. I said 4. Okay. So 4? How much did you pay for the car? By the way, I put $1, 500 down on the car. You what? Put $1, 500 down. I didn't ask you what you put on the car. I said, how much was the total purchase price? I don't remember offhand. Well, let's think about it. I want you to tell me what the purchase price of the car was. It was a couple of months before you sold it to the plaintiff. What was the purchase price of the car? I believe like 10. I don't remember offhand. I'll let you go figure it out. Because I'm not going to sit here and play with you. If you remember, you told her that there were 4 payments left. You remember how much you paid for a car? How much did you pay for the car in October? It was 10 grand to pay it all off. All together. Okay. Now, Officer Bird, what is the value, according to the infamous Kelly Blue Book, of the 2006 Chevy Impala? $6. Namanint. Okay. So what you paid for the car back in October doesn't sound so actually crazy because that doesn't include the financing, and you were financing it. So clearly you had a lot more payments to pay out than 4. Right. Because you just sort of let it slip that you put down $1, 500 on the car. And what were your car payments? My car payments were $240 a month. $240. Okay. You had a lot more than 4 payments to make on the car. Anyway, Miss Edwards, how old are you? 20 years old. Your Honor. Dwayne's. Yes. Now, I'm sure you're a smart enough young lady to look at the Kelly Blue Book to see what the cost of a 2006 Impala was. You do use a computer. Yes. Your Honor. So you looked it up, and when you looked it up, it showed the value of it. If you would go to buy it from another person, was a $6. That's named. Why would you think he was selling you a car for $2? $200 that he could sell it to anybody else for $6? No. Judge Judy continues in a moment. So I think that you were just 2 scammers, both of you, and you got caught in the middle of the hustle. But you knew that the car was worth $6. Why was you when you were paying 1/3 of the cost? Your Honor, I didn't know that. He told me that he only had 1 more payment due on the car. Why? If he only had 1 more payment due on the car, would he not make that payment and sell the car for $6 instead of selling it to you for $2? No, so I say, I didn't know about the $6. Well, then you want me to believe that you're a very, very foolish 20-year-old who would not look up before you parted with $2. $200. Whether or not you were getting value for your money. Okay, so they repossessed the car. They took the car back. Yes. And I told her, I said, we know what we should just wait till after I'm done paying the car off and do it. But she also said that she needed a car because she had to get to work. So is what you're telling me that you want me to believe? That you wanted to pay the car off and then you were going to sell it to her for how much? I was going to sell it to her for the $2. $200 because I'm like, we were friends at the time. So that's why I was like, at first I was just going to wait. You know what? Folks, I can't help either one of you. Mostly because I don't believe either one of you that I'm not going to get the legitimate story of what went on here. But I don't believe that anybody who uses a computer plunked down $200, believing that for another couple of $100, she would own at least a $6 Zisora car. Don't believe that happened. Don't believe you either. So as a result of that, I'm dismissing your case. We're done. Thank you. Are you guys excused in this step out? Judge Judy continues in a moment, and on the next, Judge Judy, it's a dispute over your authority as parents that you would practically insist that your daughter be charged with burglary and theft of the cat. It's insane. Next, Judge Judy, he told me to give him $200, and I did. Then 3 weeks later, my car got repoed. I was just being a friend and helping a friend out. To get the title first, I do feel bad. I wish I never did it. It is what it is. I mean, I'm